I feel like there's just so much that I can recognize about the Beatles and have a question about and be amazed about at the same time. But it was just like a very sad feeling that you kind of got at the beginning. It had that type of undertone, but then I liked it when it went really, really creepy and dark and, like knife for a minute. And then it goes, it just goes really light and it goes like to a much easier, softer sound. I think that's probably one of the craziest transitions that's completely out of the box, but I still enjoyed it, even though it was like so completely different realms of sound mixed right there. That's awesome. It was cool. I read the news today, oh boy.
See, now it seemed like it just completely switched up, obviously, right here in regards to the beat. It was like a little interlude trance.
Right, like the next day, okay? This is like the next day, okay? We got on the plane, flew to where we need to go. We got there, and then it's the next day.
Like a little transition in between the song, you know what I mean? And I like how it started. It was like, I read the news today. Oh boy, like. Like, oh boy, like, again, like, what happened today,
Every time.
Just like a day in the life.
Yeah.
He was singing about someone, like, I'm obviously, committed, took their own life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grab my hat.
What just happened? That was insane. What a transition. Not expecting that, so much drama in that first half. And then we just switched into, like you said, that kind of happy-go-lucky feeling from the Beatles.
Yeah. It's also interesting because in the beginning, he's still talking about like waking up and almost like starting his day by, reading the paper and
Right.
what he's reading
News
about.
articles and
But it's
stuff.
this like sorrowful, sad,
Yeah.
like reading about all like the negative stuff in the news type
Yeah.
thing. And then it like switches up to this happy-go-lucky of like, starting my day
It's
and
like
my
two
routine.
perspectives on
Yeah.
how you're viewing the
Like
world.
going to the bathroom, combing my hair, getting my day started, right?
Yeah, but the music, my God, like this is so creative, so insane. Like, how do you come up with something like this?
No, like it's wild.
A Day in the Life, the monumental closer to the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. More than just a song, it's a sonic tapestry, a journey through the mundane and the profound. The song begins with John Lennon's section, a hazy, dreamlike sequence inspired by a news report. Listen to how the simple piano chords create a sense of everyday detachment. The song transitions dramatically into Paul McCartney's section, a brisk and upbeat contrast to Lennon's lethargy. This is where the ordinary takes on a sense of urgency.
Well, I just had to laugh.
I'm very curious about why the vocals were remastered and they were panned to one side of the headphones. I don't know if this was I don't know what kind of process that they use, but I think when you're doing lyrics in a remaster, it needs to be on both sides of the headphones. Probably won't be able to tell if you're listening on speakers, but yeah, that's one issue I got right now.
First time ever reacting to this song. This is my first time ever listening to this song, so just bear with me and help me understand, okay? Let me go to the beginning for a sec. Okay, he said he read the news. He read the news this morning, right? And it was about a man who made the grade. Now, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not used to that terminology or what made the grade means. However, I assume made the grade grades. You need good grades. So I would assume success. Okay, so a man who's successful or someone who's successful.
About a lucky man who made the grade.
This is so good, and I used to play this with
so
Bob.
Classic.
I used to play this in a band with Danny and Bob, and it's very progressive.
Mm-hmm.
I love the mix, like the bass is like here.
Yes.
And
And the voice
and
too,
John
and then
Lennon.
it slowly
Yeah,
comes
John Lennon
over.
is on this side, and the guitar, the acoustic
Yeah.
guitar plays on this side.
And the shakers.
Yeah.
And the bass, I never noticed like what an intense bass, like the sound this song has. I never noticed that.
Yeah.
And
It's so cool. That's
I
why
love it.
we encourage people to listen to
Yes,
music with headphones, because
please.
you capture stuff that you really don't hear on the phone, especially on a phone, or listen like in the car. Like with headphones, you really capture all the different details.
Yeah.
So.
Having read the book, I loved it.
I
want to say a lot, but honestly, I don't know what to say. I I've tried while listening to the song to comprehend it, but to be honest, I don't think I can. I don't like this is the first time I think I've listened to a song and I don't think I can comprehend it extensively. Um, Between trying to listen to the lyrics and trying to listen to the instruments and trying to not be haunted by the taunting, right? Um, I got lost during the way, and it's such an exceptional piece that it's I think it's made for people who for people who want something so exceptional.
Wow, I think I needed this. I'm not gonna lie, this is so... Wow. A lot of planning was done for the song, wasn't it? No problems with that, but woo, that was amazing. The strings, the orchestra on this one. Damn, no, this is just... Wow. I need a moment, guy. I need a moment. No, I like that. This is a pretty awesome. Hey, on my list instantly. Oh my goodness. Someone made a comment. Someone said, the Brits, mastered rock and roll, and I could see that for sure. Just British rock bands just have a different feel.
I am so confused by that last part. Now the video's over, but that little short audio at the end, that threw me off. But this is why the Beatles are one of the I can't say the best. They might be. They're at least one of the best groups of all time, man. Every single time that I personally react to them, I always feel something. And it's not many artists that can do that to me. I think for me personally, this is my favorite Beatles song that I've ever heard so far. And I say that because it feels like I have the same I don't have the experience as I just listened to a song. I have the experience of right after you get done watching the movie. And let me explain. Usually when I listen to a Beatles song, and I've only heard a few, I've always feel some type of emotion.
That's an interesting one. John Lennon's voice is just so great. The feeling his voice gives you just like carries you over a track, man. It's good stuff. This song was like kind of eerie in a way. Like every time it got to that point where it was like building up and like playing that like, kind of scary music, I was like, man, what is about to happen? Like your life was like flashing before your eyes. Like you just expected something crazy to happen. Yeah, this song was very varied, like with as far as like all the instruments that were playing and stuff. And I feel like there was definitely like a orchestra playing or something, like making those specific schemes for those like coming near the end part. But yeah, John Lennon's voice is just like so soothing, and this is a great song. Great recommendation by you guys. If you guys are new.
What is going on? The last part was so scary, bro. Like this was a crazy experience. This is, I can say confidently, I've never experienced a song like this. It like put some fear into my heart, but also when his voice was coming on, that part was so soothing, like something was missing in my brain, and that part was the missing key to peace. That was, wow, you had highs, you had lows, you had everything. And the music video was quite bizarre. The people were like having huge foreheads, huge noses. I enjoyed it because I like quirky stuff, so wow.
The orchestral crescendo, arranged by George Martin, is a pivotal moment. It represents the chaotic and overwhelming nature of existence, leading back to Lennon's somber reflection. The final chord, played simultaneously on multiple pianos and harmonium, resonates long after the song ends. It symbolizes the lingering impact of the day's events and the uncertainty of the future. A Day in the Life encapsulates the beauty and the mundane, the profound and the trivial, all within a single song. It's a testament to the Beatles' ability to capture the human experience in its entirety. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of A Day in the Life. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Beatles' music, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more music history insights.